Good morning. I'm Diana Stanley, the CEO at the Lord's Place, and I want to welcome you to our 14th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the transformational stories of our clients as you sit back and have your morning cup of coffee. Every day, we witness the perseverance of our clients as they begin their journey out of homelessness. They inspire us to continue to advocate on their behalf and provide the tools necessary to rebuild their lives. Lives that may be filled with trauma, hopelessness, and despair. And yet, so often, even in the midst of it, it overflows with love, kindness, and generosity. You see, our clients are the reason we are here today.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. Hi, my name is Teresa. And yes, today I hold my head up high. You see, this song shares just a small portion of my story. Here's the rest. In 2017, I had a stroke which left me partially disabled and having to rely on my friends and family. I lived with them for about 4 years and then found myself living in my car at a local park. In December 2020, I found out I had ovarian cancer. I was hospitalized and had surgery. I had passed the Lord's Place many times, even volunteering with my daughter in Joshua Cafe, not knowing that I would one day need their assistance. The Lord's Place was so amazing. I went to sign up, and soon after I was put in a hotel, which gave me so much assurance that things would be okay. In March, I started working with the engagement team. They were able to house me by April in a motel and provided 3 free meals. In May 2020, the engagement team helped me move into an apartment. Carolyn and Lexi, my caseworkers, got me established in my apartment and continue to work with me today to making sure I have everything I need. Today, I'm proud to say that I am housed in school for business administration and working as a massage therapist. In addition, I love to sing, and I wrote a song called My Testimony under the name Teresa Michelle, which is currently on YouTube. With all the obstacles I was facing, it was the Lord's Place that helped me clear the way to where I am now.
Thank you, Teresa, for sharing your story with us. We're so proud of all you've accomplished. Good morning. I'm Sarah Alsofrom, Senior Director of Community Relations for GL Homes. GL Homes is the proud sponsor of the 14th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast. GL Homes makes a difference in the communities where we live and work throughout Florida. GL's philanthropic focus is homelessness. That's why we support the Lord's Place and people like Teresa. And now, please welcome Event Chair Kurt Gehring of the Gehring Group. Kurt and his company have been involved with the Lord's Place for over 10 years. Thank you, Kurt, for all you do to help break the cycle of homelessness and to clear the way for others.
Thank you, Sarah, and yes, the Ending Homelessness Breakfast has really been ingrained in the Gehring Group culture. As a matter of fact, we usually have 2 tables filled at this event, and we're so proud of their mission and what they have accomplished over the years that I'm proud to be here as the chair. I'm also very proud because of all of the great supporters we have for this breakfast this morning, and we'd like to highlight some of them. Our first is our premier sponsor, GL Homes. We also have our Changing Lives sponsors, which is the Gehring Group, the Honorable Ann Brown, Julie F. and Peter D. Cummings. And finally, our Dignity sponsors, which include Diana Barrett and Bob Vila, MM and Wes Lang, OSC Webco, Oxbow Corporation, and finally the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. It's because of these great sponsors that we are so close to our $250,000 goal. Right now, we're just over $200,000, so keep those contributions coming in. I want to thank you for being here this morning again, and you just can't wait to see some of these stories. It really starts the giving season off. And so let's get started, get those tissues ready, and welcome again to the Lord's Place 14th Annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast. Thanks again.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jesse, and I'm so grateful to be here. Growing up wasn't easy for me. It wasn't a good childhood. At the age of 11, my father died, and I was left behind with 6 sisters and a younger brother. I was on my own. I was out on the streets, living the life. At 15 and a half, I joined the Army to help my family. I got out of the National Guards at the age of 26. When I turned 27, everything got bad and worse. You know, out in the world on your own, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And I was trained that if I made people fear and scared of me, I would be okay and safe. In October of 2020, I found the Lord's Place after I just got out of incarceration again. They saved me. Miss Stephanie, Mr. Sell, Mr. Gilmore, Mr. Marquise, and the staff, they really took me in and showed me how to live. I was really a wreck. Today, I still remember the first day I was there. I couldn't believe what I was feeling and what I was seeing. And Miss Stephanie, Mr. Gilmore, which I gave a hard time, stuck by me to everything, and they showed me that life can be good. Miss Stephanie is my mother hen, really my mother. I love her just the same. I don't know what I would have done without the staff. They're there even today, whenever I have any kind of struggle, because I still struggle. But they taught me to deal with my problems and my issues. And I'm so grateful, and I thank every day for them.
My name is Stephanie Police. I'm the client advocate for Jesse at the Lord's Place, Men's Campus. Jesse came into the program after being incarcerated from prison for several years. Jesse shared with me he never told anybody he had mental illness because he didn't want to appear fragile. That meant that his mental illness went untreated for a number of years, along with his addiction and along with his other trauma issues from childhood. Upon coming into the campus, Jesse had been Baker acted and had no place to go. So once we took him into our program, that's when he met Mr. Gilmore.
Hello, my name is John Gilmore. I'm the men's campus supervisor. When Jesse first came to our campus, I can tell he didn't trust me. We had to work with Jesse at his pace to give him a chance to slowly adjust. Jesse has been doing very good within our program. Jesse needs the opportunity to be involved in something that's consistent in his life, something he has never had. Jesse needs a safe place to live and people that he can trust. That's why Mr. Marquise's role is so important.
Hello, my name is Marquise Bush. I am a peer specialist at the men's campus. I've actually known Jesse since we were younger. We actually got into some trouble together too, big trouble. In fact, our trouble has landed us in jails and in prison. But today I get to be a part of Jesse's positive change. Jesse actually doesn't really trust a lot of people, and it's hard to connect with others. But today he's been doing just that. He's even reconnected with his brother and even been dating a nice woman he has met. These relationships have allowed him to become grounded and calm. These friendships as a turning point in Jesse's life. That's what we at the Lord's Place is all about, surrounding our clients with care.
Care is what it's all about. My name is Tyrena Pinkney. I'm the Director of Clinical Services. Care Team was developed about 10 years ago for people like Jesse and mine. We consist of a psychiatric nurse, client advocates, peers, medical liaison, and really everyone who's standing here today. We believe in Jesse and we believe in him to heal.
This has been the best time in my life I felt in my whole entire life. I feel positive and I can do things, and I feel like a person. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for the Lord's place. I just hope someone can get something from my story and know that you can grow in life to be a better person and not think the world's against you no more.
Jesse, we are so proud of what you've been able to accomplish, and we've been there to help him clear his way.
Hi, my name is Tercel, and I'm a reentry client advocate. Today, I am so proud to introduce Mike. When I met Mike 9 months ago, he had so many obstacles in his way, but I saw something in him, something that made me know that he was ready. Today, he is a role model at the Man Campus and a contributing member of society. Mike, I'm so proud of you, and thank you for sharing your story.
Good morning, my name is Michael Alfred. I had a pretty good life before it went bad, and I was born in Revere Beach. I was born and raised in Revere Beach, Florida. I was 51 years old when I went to prison. I was there for 3.5 years. I thought I had lost everything, and then my fiance passed away, and I really found out that I really lost everything. I knew I wouldn't have a place to go when I got out of prison. So I was really grateful when Tercel from the Lord Place contacted me and gave me her number and told me to call her the day I got out. So I really started my journey then, because I met Tim from job training, and I got a job, a landscaping job, and I'm still there today. I really wouldn't know what I would have did without the Lord's Place, you know, Tercel and the Lord's Place. And it's been blessing after blessing, you know. With all the obstacles I was facing, it was the Lord's Place and Tercel that helped me clear the way. I wouldn't be where I am today without them.
Hello everyone, I'm Corny Thornburg, Chair of the Lord's Place Board, and a proud witness to the powerful stories you will hear this morning about those in need, those who have found their way, and those who have cleared the way. I am also a grateful participant in this celebration, our annual call to the community as we work to clear the path of obstacles for those in our homeless world. Wow. There are a lot of obstacles out there as we emerge from this pandemic. I kind of have motion sickness from all that's out there right now, but watching and hearing from people like Sarah and Kurt and others you will hear this morning might just be the perfect antidote. I am in awe, frankly, of those who weather these storms that seem to constantly batter our homeless world. Our supporters and staff are seemingly unsinkable buoys, reliably anchored just at the horizon to steady the queasiness that comes on when we think we can't do it. They who are present in the journey with our clients, who travel the path out of the shadows and into a stable home environment from one of our supportive housing programs. They who fund the training programs like our culinary and retail thrift operations that eventually lead clients to secure jobs. They who never give up on those who are on the street wondering if this time is the moment they can trust the Lord's Place employee who's shown up time and again to urge them to take that first step to a brighter future. You see, this agency harbors an unshakable belief defined by our mission statement. We will break the cycle of homelessness. We will clear the way for those in need. The Lord's Place does not give up in spite of the detours along the way. And as we come out of this pandemic and take our first cautious steps to re-engage with one another, we are redoubling our outreach efforts for the over 3,000 people in Palm Beach County that do not have a stable living situation. And it's tough out there. We have an environment of soaring rental costs, Eviction moratorium legislation has expired, and that translates into more individuals and families at risk. But we will continue to be a safe harbor. The Lord's Place has supported this community for over 40 years. We are recognized leaders, and for the past decade, a consistent 4-star Charitable Navigator awardee. I suppose one important indicator of success can be measured by the number of clients we serve. Close to 300 clients are currently residing in our supportive housing units. The Lord's Place staff has reached out to 250 people through our street engagement programs in just the last 3 months. And we have programs in place for hundreds of formerly incarcerated in our county who are at the high risk of becoming homeless. In any given year, we will impact the lives of well over 1,700. But as meaningful as those statistics may sound, it's not the full picture. Our efforts to clear the way focus on those who are the most vulnerable in our community. So even if this agency changed the life of just one person, we would consider our efforts a success. Unfortunately, though, with the help of many, we have been able to touch the lives of hundreds. And one of the reasons why is the unsinkable Diana Stanley, our CEO and guiding light in the storm. Diana?
Thank you, Corny, and thank you for your incredible leadership as our board chair. Our breakfast theme this year is Clearing the Way. You know, I just love that theme. It represents so much of what is going on right now in our world at the Lord's Place. For example, we recently cleared the way for our next headquarters on Australia Avenue in West Palm Beach. In September, we demolished our old facility and have now cleared the way to build a 25,000 square foot home for our homeless clients where they will find safety, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. It will be the beacon in our community, and all of that is possible because of your overwhelming response to our Home for Good campaign. Thank you for always supporting our efforts so that we can serve our clients. And while Clearing the Way resonates with our agency, this theme is really dedicated to our clients. For they are the ones who courageously remove barriers so that their lives may blossom anew. So many times when they first walk through our doors, the obstacles they are experiencing obstruct their transformation like giant boulders blocking a path. The obstacles, health problems, unemployment, mental health and substance use disorder, former incarceration, often can seem overwhelming and insurmountable. And to make matters worse, they may encounter people in the world who are not aware of their life history or understand their trauma. These people may doubt whether our clients have the fortitude or courage to remove the giant boulders blocking their paths. And too often, our clients encounter these doubts and adopt the mistaken belief that they cannot overcome their obstacles or that they are not worthy of a life free of them. Then they become a part of the Lord's Place, and we walk that journey with them, teaching our clients to remove one obstacle at a time so that eventually they can see their full potential. We don't judge our clients. We ask genuinely, what can we do to help you? How do we take away the pain from your past? How do we help you uncover the person that you are hiding inside? Oh, my friends, there are so many stories that take my breath away. And yet, time and time again, I watch our clients remove their obstacles and clear the way to a more promising future. I observe our clients' tenacity as they learn what we all learn, that clearing the path of barriers is not a one-time act, that we must be in tune with new forks in the road and have the stamina and support to remove any obstacles from that path. Our clients' resilience touches my soul deeply. I recently watched a mother at our family campus address her substance abuse issue, only to discover that she was recently diagnosed with cancer. And yet, with strength, determination, and support from our staff, she moved those boulders and cleared the way for her family. And she is now ready to embrace tomorrow. Or when I see one of our job training students who's really talented graduated from our culinary apprenticeship and applied for a job at a local restaurant, only to be rejected because of his criminal background. You see, that's a really huge barrier for our clients. But you know what? He didn't give up. He kept looking for new jobs, and eventually he found a restaurant owner who joined forces with him and removed that obstacle. And today, he is cooking up a storm. And of course, the resilience of those who still live on the street is another level. They tell me they can't move forward because the obstacles are too great, too overwhelming. They are too tired, they are too sick, and they are too desperate. So what do? They stay on the streets until one of our street outreach angels reaches out to them. And together, our staff and our clients talk about the rocks. And one by one, they address each obstacle with love and sensitivity. And eventually, these clients go to see what is beyond the horizon, and they find the strength. With our staff's help, they begin to clear the way. My friends, there is no greater joy than when our clients no longer see obstacles, barriers, or boulders as impediments, but rather opportunities for growth and resilience. Each time transformation takes place, it is because of the dedication of so many people who care. People like our visionary board of directors who continue to encourage us to be more effective and more strategic. It is the result of our exceptional staff who always makes it happen with grace and respect. Our staff, they are the unsung heroes in our world. And of course, all of you, our donors, our government stakeholders, our funders, our businesses, our corporations, our dedicated volunteers, our community organizations, and our faith partners. You provide us with the resources and partnerships that empower clients to look beyond their obstacles. This morning, as you hear stories of redemption, hope, and perseverance, my wish is this, that as a community, we will soften our hearts to those experiencing homelessness. We open our minds to new solutions for removing barriers, and most of all, show empathy to all people. Because when we do that, people, especially our homeless neighbors, find the courage and strength to clear their pathway to a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is KJ. I'm a resident advocate with the Lord's Place. I currently work in Women's Services on the Burkle Place campus. It's where women can come that were formerly homeless into a transitional living environment. One of my favorite parts about my job is the fact that I get to welcome the new residents coming into the Burkle Place campus, where they finally get to exhale knowing that they are safe and their journey of healing and hope can finally begin. I would like to introduce our client who was a personal hero. She had asked to not be on camera today. However, she has agreed that she would share her story. Her story is about her perseverance, determination, and overcoming the obstacles.
The year 2020 has been challenging for us all. However, some of us were impacted more than others. In my life, I have successfully navigated a full college course load while working full-time, excelled in C-level positions within corporate America, and took care of a family while keeping up with the Joneses. That is, until I didn't. First there was cancer and divorce, which I juggled simultaneously, and then 4 years of trying to keep my head above water while raising my teenage daughter without any support, financial or otherwise. We lost our home, our family, and our foundation. Fast forward a couple of years and a dozen or so, you're never going to believe what happened now moments, and then COVID stripped away what little I had left. If you ask yourself, what does homelessness look like? I'm sure a college-educated cancer survivor who is the single mother of a daughter who has a 4.0 college GPA, it is not the picture that comes to mind. I was blessed to have found the Lord's Place. I'm not an overly religious person, but I am spiritual, and I do not believe in coincidences. I had nowhere to go and needed healing, support, and the company of others more than I would even admit to. The gifts that we receive go far beyond the program that is offered. In my opinion, the message and the purpose here are the greatest gifts. The safety of a home where your physical needs are being taken care of, being surrounded by a sisterhood of women and a staff of compassionate individuals allows one to heal physically, mentally, and spiritually. The Lord's Place gives us the greatest gift of all, the power to end the cycle of homelessness and the potential to start anew. No one chooses to be homeless. However, I thank God for the Lord's Place because I truly do not know where I would have been without it. As my time at Burkle Place is starting to come to its final days, I'm excited by the endless possibilities that await me. Thank you, the Lord's Place, for clearing the way.
Today, I would like to introduce you to a man who is a leader in our community. In his quiet manner, he has been a loud voice for advocating for human rights. With his endorsement, the Lord's Place received funding for its first graduate housing project, as well as funding for job training, women's services, and our other housing programs. But it was in the summer of 2020 when he shared his leadership qualities on our newly formed advocacy committee by helping us address our community's concerns with the goals of strengthening equity and inclusion after the senseless killing of George Floyd. And when it comes to the Lord's Place, he has been an unsung hero as a partner over the last 10 years. He has been a constant for us, always embracing new projects, being a supporter of advocacy programs, but most of all, sharing the values of what the Lord's Place stands for. This morning, I am proud to introduce to you Daryl Houston, the recipient of this year's Unsung Hero Award. Daryl, thank you. Thank you for all that you do for the Lord's Place.
Thank you, Diana. And most of all, thank you to the Lord's Place for selecting me as their 2021 Unsung Hero. When I think about this award and what it means to me, I often have conversations with my family members, my friends, my colleagues, and the nonprofit partners in relation to the work that I do, knowing that it is truly a blessing on a day-to-day basis to be engaged in this specific type of work. But I also believe it's truly part of my calling. And that calling is to uplift, encourage, and support others. So with that, I thank you for this opportunity to partner with you. I thank you for this opportunity to be acknowledged in the work that we do together, and I look forward to our continued work in the future. Thank you.
This year's Ending Homelessness Award is being presented to a remarkable woman who has changed the landscape of the Lord's Place forever. 5 years ago, she entered our world wanting to learn more about our mission to end the cycle of homelessness in Palm Beach County. And you know what makes her so unique is that she shares a heart with those who are suffering with poverty, incarceration, and homelessness. She never needs applause or recognition. She is generous and kind and selfless and a true example of what this award embodies. Since our friendship began, she has provided us with the necessary resources to remodel our campus for 50 men in Boynton Beach, which is now called the William H. Mann Place after her late husband. And you know, she was so touched by the immense gratitude of our men that she felt called to help spearhead our Home for Good campaign. And as our honorary chair, she made the first gift that catapulted this $20 million campaign to expand, increase, and sustain the programs, services, and clients of the Lord's Place. My friends, there is no one more deserving of this year's Ending Homelessness Award than Anna Mann DePeister. Anna, we are forever grateful for your generosity and for all that you do for the Lord's Place. Congratulations.
Thank you, Diana, and thank you everybody for this wonderful award. Many of you deserve this much more than I do, but I'm so happy to be part of the Lord's Place family and the good work that you have all begun and that I have been able to help a little bit, and I want to continue doing that. And one of the things I really appreciate about the Lord's Place and Diana and her team's leadership is this very integrated way of letting people get involved and knowing about the programs that we're doing here.
morning. How you doing? Good morning. You know me. You've seen me. Huh? Okay. So how's it going? I'm real concerned about what's going on with you. And if possible, can I come see you tomorrow?
Sure, of course.
You gonna be in this area?
Yes.
The Lord's Place Street Engagement and Outreach Team goes out into the streets every day, and we engage with folks who are at the height of their crisis, folks that are homeless, folks that are struggling with addictions, folks that are really in a hopeless state of mind and body. And we do it without a judgmental lens, and that's due to the fact that we've been there before ourselves. So we don't judge. We don't say, oh, this person's a lost cause. What we do is we come with grace and we come with compassion and kindness, and we continue to come back because we remember those days when we were in that same person's shoes.
When I think of our outreach team, this is a group of people that redefines the word special. You know, these are folks that are so selfless. They go out into the street every single day and they just love people. You know, and I'm always in awe of their ability to keep seeking and keep searching for that individual that nobody else wants to reach out to, that we really want to not look at in our society. These are people who do this work because they themselves have lived this life.
Well, our bigger territory, it's harder to find the homeless. So what we do is we go out to the community and we talk to other organizations, and it's just hard to find people out there because they're hidden in different cubbies and behind buildings and that sort of thing. So it's better to just work with our community partners so that we can find those folks easier.
Now we offer services as, housing placement, bus passes, food stamps, IDs. So we're here to help you with the needs in order to get your life back together.
So what has not changed as we expand our territory is the culture of the Lord's Place. What will not change is the fact that we are going to see an individual for their fullest potential. We are going to love them at that very moment, and we're going to teach them to love themselves. Because when they can love themselves, they can find out who they really are, and then we can start removing barriers and obstacles in their lives so that they can begin to live a productive life.
So the types of organizations that we work with on a regular basis are churches such as St. George's, St. Anne's. We work with PBSO, local law enforcement. Those are all good people to work with because they know where everybody's at and what they're doing each and every day.
So the partnership between the Lord's Place and Boynton Beach Police started when the Lord's Place reached out to our victim advocate and wanted to meet with us and anybody who's involved in homeless outreach.
Nice to see you. So the guy we just talked about on the phone, is he in this area?
Hey, Bo. Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
All right. Bo came from an abusive home. He had a very, very painful childhood. At the age of 10, he ran into a family that sort of took him in. He made his way down to Florida and met a partner. He fell in love, and when his partner grew ill and eventually passed, that was where his homelessness began. So Bo was in a wheelchair because he was hit by a vehicle about a month before us meeting him. And then a couple weeks later, he was actually hit again. So we worked with him while he was still in the hospital and making sure that he was getting the proper care.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Bo.
You've been so kind to me.
It's not just me. It took a village, all right?
Just very kind.
It's the Lord's Place and the resources that we have and our whole team.
Yeah, but you as a person, the way you are, how you react with people, you have a gift.
So Bo tries to give me a lot of credit for the housing, and it wouldn't be correct if I were to take it. It was Officer Goldfuss introducing us. It was the other peer specialist who would also check in on him because they too just fell in love with Bo. You know, and it was working with the coordinated entry and everybody involved that was able to make this happen for him.
So what do we learn from Bo? We learn a lot of things. We learn we don't give up. We learn we work with community partners like our friends down at Boynton Beach Police Department. We learn we work with other agencies to help provide housing when we don't have the space for it. So we learn that it takes a village. It takes a group of people. It takes a community to change the life of someone like Bo.
While living on the streets, I found the Lord's Place. They helped me to get an ID, and they gave me vouchers to get clothes from the Joshua thrift stores. They also helped me with housing at a halfway house, started me in some job readiness programs and job coaching, which enabled me to get a job.
After being released from jail, I found the Lord's Place. They helped me with clothes, they helped me with job readiness and becoming an apprentice and as a receptionist. They told me that I was worth more. They treated me like family. They told me never to quit.
I saw Margaret one day at the Lord's Place, and I saw a ring on her finger, and I thought, what a lucky guy.
Jerry asked me about the ring on my finger, and I told him it was to keep the creepy guys away.
Every time I go to the Lord's Place, I'd pray I'd run into Margaret. I'd watch her with the clients and thought, what an amazing woman, I need to get to know her.
We'd started to meet at Cafe Joshua, which serves hot lunch to clients during the week. We would sit there and talk and eat.
I would ride my bike 1 hour to see her at her halfway house.
We would meet at Kayak Park and talk.
We sat on the same very bench that I used to sleep on when I was homeless.
Jerry asked me to marry him 1 year on that same bench that we used to talk. You're home. You're everything I'm not. I'm everything you're not. You're my missing puzzle piece.
We got married August 27th. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm very grateful for it.
Our children are back in our life. They came to the wedding. What a blessing to hear our children say that they were happy for us and glad that they could be there. We're grateful for the Lord's Place. They helped us lay the foundation for what we stand on today. Faith in God and trust in ourselves.
With all the obstacles in our way, it was the Lord's Place that cleared our path.
I love you.
I love you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. My name is Nadine Willis, and this is my story. At the age of 3 years old, my mother abandoned me and left me at my father's gate in Kingston, Jamaica. I lived with my father and my stepmother and other siblings. My father was very abusive to me at one point in life. He beat me so badly, I ended up in the hospital for a long time. I was near to death on that day when they rushed me to the Children's Hospital in Kingston. I became a go-go dancer later on in years, where I met one of the top modeling agency, or I should say the top modeling agency in Jamaica. And he said, you can be a model. I became the first black model to ever land a Gucci campaign and the first black model to ever done 10 pages of Vogue all by herself. This part of my life was a proud moment for me, but because of education, I did not have any knowledge about the industry. I came to the United States in 2003. I'm trying to get my education on with the Lord's Place. They got me a tutor because of work. I cannot go to school because my work schedule fluctuates. My goals are to own my own place one day and to get my education up and running. I want to give thanks to the Lord's Place. And even if you're not at the family campus, I want to say thank you for every one of you, because without you guys, a lot of us would not know where we're going to sleep at that night.
So many stories, so many obstacles. A commonality in these stories is the work the Lord's Place expends to help our clients on their journeys back to a home and a community. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that there will always be obstacles in our path, and clearing them is a lifelong journey. So maybe one more story for you to hear, told to me by one of our staff. Once there was an old Zen master who instructed his newest apprentice to sweep the garden in the temple. This young disciple was a perfectionist and worked mightily to clear the path through the garden. And after many hours of toiling, all was freed from fallen leaves and stray twigs. And clearly, with pride in his voice, he called to his master, "Teacher, I've done as you've instructed. Kindly look." And the teacher glanced at the garden and, without saying anything, shook a branch from a tree right by the newly swept path. Leaves fell upon the clean path. And the teacher said, "Ah, this is better." This parable wonderfully describes our work. We remove many obstacles for our clients, but we know more will appear. The clearing of them is a lifelong journey that they face, and with the tools they receive from us, we know they will successfully move forward. Breaking the cycle of homelessness is something we strive toward with purpose and careful planning, and we are making progress. The path we follow may never be completely clear, but with your help, we can move many obstacles to free the path enough to make the journey just a bit easier for those who struggle. Will you help us purchase those metaphorical rakes and brooms that will allow us to clear the way? Will you help clear this cluttered path with either a rake or a broom? The rake is thorough and gets right to picking out those key pebbles and branches in our path. This, of course, consists of writing a check to the Lord's Place to support our annual mission. It doesn't need to be huge to make a difference, as a little bit now can go a long way to helping someone's future. You can make a pledge or a payment to support our current programming. And if you're able, please add a broom that will sweep away the major obstacles in the road by helping us achieve our Home for Good goal. Think of that amount as a down payment on a more secure future for everyone in our community. You know, I mentioned motion sickness earlier in my remarks, and just speaking with you, hearing from our supporters and staff has really gone to settle my stomach. So please keep us all healthy by supporting us however you can. And thank you. And now I'm pleased to reintroduce to you the very talented Teresa Graham.
The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments I'm gonna remember most, yeah. Just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, because there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there.
Thank you, Teresa, and our thanks to all of you for joining us for our 14th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast. On behalf of everyone at the Lord's Place, we would like to wish you a healthy, safe, and peaceful holiday season. God bless.